Traditionally, organisations are encouraged to do this through surveys and questionnaires, but obviously this is really limited and doesn't work for people who don't use words to communicate. There's a new and different way to do this called Working Together for Change, which is a way to co-produce learning at an organisational level by listening to what's working and not working from individuals, ideally through person-centred reviews. This means that through the review, we can ask people what their top 2 things that are working in their life, the top 2 things that aren't working, and the 2 things they'd like to change in the future. United Response was one of the first organisations to start to use Working Together for Change to develop their annual strategic plan, and continues to do so. We learnt that this requires courage and honesty. I remember the first time we did this, risk came up as a key issue. And Bob and I were surprised about this because United Response had recently redone their risk policy and redone their training. What we learned is it took much more for managers to feel confident in using a person-centred approach to risk. And we looked at different ways of doing this. How could we support managers to feel confident? How could we share stories of where things hadn't gone to plan and still staff felt supported? What else could we do? One of the ways that United Response did this was a commitment from Sue to staff that they'd be supported. And actually they went so far as to produce this, which is a guarantee of support for staff. It says, guarantee of support, act reasonably and we will support you. I think one of the other big achievements for United Response is embedded person-centred thinking and practices in their entire HR strategy. And I think that this was one of the ways that they managed to achieve the substantial reduction of 41% in their staff turnover.